it just kind of happened. We recorded that, and most of it stayed the same other than the chorus. And then I remember showing it to my friend Patrick, and he was like, I have the most amazing music video idea for this. And I was like, wouldn't it be cool if we did like a wall of TVs? He's like, I'm already on it. I was in a different band, and there was this video of me going around from one of our shows where I was a gymnast when I was younger. So I did this like flip sort of thing. It's called a front walkover. And Donovan somehow came across the video all the way where they were living at the time in Georgia. And they saw the video and like DM'd me on Instagram from the band account and was like, hi, I'm moving there in a few months and I saw your video. You guys are awesome. Essentially just saying like, do you guys know any bands looking for guitarists? And we were looking for a guitarist because we had recently separated with our guitarist. So when they moved over, we did like a video interview type thing. So they just sent in a video of them playing, and they were just so smiley. Like that's truly the only way I can express it, is like they were so happy in demeanor that we were like, that one, that's ours. That's our guitarist. When they moved over here, they kind of like started coming to like meetups and practices because COVID was still happening. So we kind of eased into it. And then essentially every other bandmate kind of went in their own direction. Like naturally, like the band separated. We were already trying to change the name of the band. So it kind of like naturally like just became me and Donovan. And that's kind of the rest is history, I guess. Like Donovan joined to be the like second guitarist and became the only other instrument and has taken on a lot of responsibility in doing that. For me, it was definitely more of like I wanted something. It was less about the song reference and more about I wanted something that was going to describe the aesthetic that I wanted for the project. I wanted something that was going to be sweet and kind of like cutesy almost, but then also like a little more rigid, a little more rock, because I wanted to be a pop rock band and I wanted the name to kind of give that energy off. But we spent like 6 months going through different band names. We had like 4 in the bin, and then this one just kept coming back, and eventually it was like, well, I feel like this is still the best one. So that really, it just was an obvious choice by the end of the 6 months that we were trying to pick a name. So I always say like I really love You Me at 6 a lot, and I love how they've evolved as a band because they were a little more emo in their earlier days, and they've managed to kind of do a little bit of active rock, a little bit of pop rock, a little bit more, you know, heavier stuff. Like they've gone all over the map, which I really love, a versatile band like that. Obviously Paramore, but that's like kind of like I feel like that's obvious. Love the band Camino. I always say that they really influenced this kind of synthy, more pop sound for me. Like that was the band that opened up my love for that kind of music. But yeah, I was super like, I don't think I realized how much I was being influenced by the Disney rock like you're talking about. I don't think I realized until around when Distracted was coming out and I was trying to, you know, find a way to get it to be something people wanted to listen to before it was out. Because I was a super big Hannah Montana fan, like went to a filming when I was a kid. Like I loved Demi, I loved the Jonas Brothers, I loved Ali and AJ. Like the thing about Disney is they have some of the best writers in the world writing for those kids, you know? So it's like, obviously the music is not bad. It's good, whether you want to admit it or not, you know? But yeah, Rerun was one of those songs that Donovan and I had written a while ago. And we had just had, again, in like a vault of songs that just, we weren't able to get it to come out the way we wanted to at first. So it kind of just like got put on the back burner. And then we went into work with Hiram Hernandez and we just were like, well, we have this song and we really like it. And it just needed like a little bit of adjusting in the chorus part. And so it just kind of happened. We recorded that and most of it stayed the same other than the chorus. And then I remember showing it to my friend Patrick and he was like, I have the most amazing music video idea for this. And I was like, wouldn't it be cool if we did like a wall of TVs? He's like, I'm already on it. And he was waiting to do the music video. And it was just so fun because we got to involve all of our friends. Like everyone in that video is a good friend of ours. And they all do their own sort of art, whether it's music or acting, whatever it is. They're all really like, it was just a family affair is the best way I can explain it. And I love music videos. I see every song in music videos when I start writing them because I don't play any instruments. Like I see them visually in color scheme and all that jazz. So I'm really excited that song's out and people are liking it as much as they are, because I think I was writing it when I was feeling really down. And even though it's kind of a poppier song, like if you listen to the lyrics, it's quite sad. Like, someone actually asked me this on a TikTok live the other day. They were like, what were you doing when you wrote that song? And I kind of like flashed back. And I was, just keep it short and sweet, I was in a really bad relationship in my like teen to my like, till I was about 22. And, you know, those are like developmental years for you. Those are the years you kind of learn to be a person in the real world. And so I definitely like got out of that relationship and was on the dating scene again. And this guy I liked was just like, you know, when you can notice someone switching up, like they're just not as interested anymore. And I didn't know what it was at the time, but it brought back all these feelings of like that past relationship where I was like, he doesn't even like me. You know what I mean? Like I can, you know, hyper aware of any change in your voice. Like that lyric just literally came out of my like emotions in that moment. And just really, I feel like I was back in that place. And whether that's a good or a bad thing, I think we got a really good song out of it. And I think a lot of people connected with it because, you know, we've all been in those kind of, what's the best word to describe it? Just relationships where your effort is not being reciprocated, you know? I love Emin from Games We Play. I think he's just so silly and fun. And I think his music is, at first listen, just sounds like, you know, it's pop punk, but then you listen to him and you're like, this is so good, you know, like this is so much more than that. Really love the Home Team, the band that we're going on tour with in the spring. Like I truly, no pun intended, I ride for that band like so hard. They're really just like one of my favorite bands that we're friends with. Love Sharia Moore. They're awesome. There's so many. I love Between You and Me. I'd love to work with them. They're like some of my oldest friends in the scene, and their new album was one of my favorites. And then the last one I'd probably say, just like people we're friends with, is I love Chase Petra. If you don't know who Chase Petra are, please listen to them. They're so good. And they're just a band from LA that I've been playing with for years. And I adore Hunter and her voice and everything about that band. That's definitely the goal. We're going back into the studio on Monday next week to finish up the pieces of music that we have left unfinished, because we have a couple songs we really want to play on that tour that are just not done. And so going in to finish those, gonna have some really cool people that I really look up to come in and work with us, I think, which will be really exciting. I'm just really excited overall, like to get these songs done and go on tour. Like it's kind of everything I've been waiting for. And it's definitely hard not to like want time to go faster. But yeah, we have like a good batch of songs right now. And now we're kind of at a point now where it's just picking which ones go out into the world this time around. We have a new song coming out very soon that I'm going to start, you know, teasing in the world very soon. That I think will be a really, really fun one for people. And I'm just really excited. Like there's lots of good energy right now. This time last year, I was not as stoked to be doing music, to say less than more, you know what I mean? Like it's finally kind of happening. And yeah, I'm just excited. Like Honey Revenge about to take over the world challenge, you know what I mean? So